Now, rotation enhancement. This is what I use when I'm having a hard time with a character. I use Spell Flash. Spell Flash, what it does is says, hey, you've got this going on, we think you should use this spell. It's really useful if you don't know your class very well, or if you're just starting out on something and you don't know when to use it. You'll notice that it's suggesting that I use Ice Block because I'm taking damage, which is funny because I'm soloing, but in a group I would want to use something to reduce my threat. But the big thing about this that you need to know is that you can ignore it. You do not need to follow it like it's the holy grail of everything. In fact, you should ignore it, but look at why it's suggesting what it is. If it's suggesting, you use this spell all the time, try to figure out why. Anyway, vendor mods. I use Vendorizer. There's a whole bunch of other ones, though. Vendorizer, what it does is it just automatically sells your gray items. Like, here I'm at a vendor, and I've got a gray item in my bank. What it's going to do is just say, hey, this is useless for all things. Let me go ahead and sell it for you. And it automatically repairs, so that's kind of nice. I don't have to worry about clicking buttons for it. Personal message control. Warcraft Instant Messenger, also known as WIM, is really useful. It pulls up in separate boxes so that you don't get confused when talking to more than one person. It'll have different boxes for each person, tell you, who they are, what class they play, what level they are, and you can just, chat with them like an instant messenger system within the game. It's one of the cooler add-ons to use as far as, making things helpful. A leveling aid. If you are leveling up, you have probably noticed that you don't always know where to go when you hit a certain level. I use zone level info. Basically, when you hit a level and you're like, I don't know what to do, now on your mini-map it'll say, hey, this zone is Twilight Highlands. It's generally good for 84 to 85. That's the quests in this area are level 84 to 85. So if you're level 83, you're not going to have much to do here. Add-ons by class. Alright, these are, just different classes and the add-ons that I think go really well with them. First off, button timers. Button timers is for any dot class. Anything that loads up with a variety of dots, whether you are a warlock or a fire mage. I love this on my fire mage. And or a balanced druid, anything with a lot of dots. What it does is you can set up your action bar to be one of these vertical bars. It does require setting up, it does. But now it will show you the how long your debuffs will be on your target. So when Pyroblast wears down, I can cast it again to throw the continued burn on him and keep him going with it. If, say Living Bomb, when it expires, I'm going to want to cast that again. And it just keeps me abreast as to, what's on them. For Death Knights, there is DKFX. This is the only one I found that was really useful. And it's not even really useful. It's just kind of fun. Now, when you use this one, the grip thing, the death grip, to get someone over to you, what it does is it plays a sound effect, which sounds like this.
Get over here!
Again, completely useless, but it's the only thing I thought it was really cool, and I like to use it on my Death Knight, so figured I'd share it with you. Hunters! I found a cool one for hunters. This is the universally awesome misdirection macro. If you are a hunter and you are not using this macro, you're missing out. What you have is /target, focus, and enter /cast, misdirection, or tricks of the trade if you're a rogue. And then don't forget to set your tank as focus. You can right click and it'll say set focus, and then /assist. What that's going to do is it's going to your macro at this point is going to target the tank. It's going to cast misdirection or tricks of the trade, and then it's going to target what they're targeting. So really, at this point, you can click one button and start attacking, and just completely transferring all threat away from you. It's a great thing. Anyway, if you're a mage, has a cool one. Spell Stealer. Spell Stealer is so useful. What it does is when you are targeting someone who has a very useful spell, you can see right there in the center of my screen it says, hey, steal this. And as long as you're targeting them and they have a spell that you can steal, it'll pop up and you hit spell steal and it disappears from the screen because you now have it. Makes spell steal kind of useful, actually. Shamans. I recommend Totem Guru if you're going to be raiding. Totem Guru I found, and I kind of like it. It's not the most useful add-on, but it's pretty useful. It's kind of the pally power of for shamans. It basically, when there are other shamans around dropping totems, it shows you what they've dropped. So if there are shamans in your party, it gives you a list of all of the totems in effect, so you're not dropping the same thing as other people. Healers. Oh my god, healers. If you are a healer and you are not using an add-on, I would like you to do me a favor and just firmly slap yourself across the face, because you need an add-on. Now, the add-on I recommend is Helium. Helium is so useful, it's not even funny. There are other healing add-ons, but the default frames for healing is just not possible to use. And I'm glad that way, because I don't want them to incorporate Healbot or Grid into the game when I prefer to heal by Helium, because I like to choose my own add-ons. Helium is really cool. This is what Helium pops up as. You have to set it up so that you determine what order your heals go in and which ones you want to see. But it basically puts little health bars and little buttons next to them, so I can choose who I'm casting at, without having to look over, and click on each individual person's screen. I can just click on the heal next to their name. Incredibly useful. So useful. And there's even a thing for pets, and if you have raids, you can set it up and then it'll just cover your screen, but you can set it up into party form. It's really useful add-on. Now you'll notice here one of them has turned blue and my cleanse has been highlighted. Isn't that useful? It'll tell you when they're infected with something you can get rid of. It's just a great thing. Yeah, here's what the setup looks like. Going through, you just select which buttons you want and select how many buttons you want shown. Fragile 3. This is a good one for healers. I really like this add-on. A lot of people in party don't like this add-on because I tend to turn it on to party to show when my tank is failing. But you can turn it on to just yourself so that you know when, say, a DPS takes threat. Basically, whenever anyone other than the tank takes threat, it'll set up an alert to go, hey, such and such has threat. Such and such has aggro right now. You're going to need to heal them. I like to set it up in party so that when I get aggro, it goes, hey, tank, I'm dying over here. And it's just good for letting people know. Yeah, you can see right there where I'm announcing it in party. High threat on such and such. High threat on so and such. Tank's not doing their job, basically. Tanks! Tanks, you are going to want this add-on. It is Sushi Automark. Oh, you're going to want this add-on. Have you ever had the problem of people attacking everything but what you're attacking? It's like, there's 5 guys, and you charge into the first one, and by then the hunter has already attacked the other 4 people standing close by. So what that does is as soon as you target and start attacking, the first little bit of threat you get on them is it's going to target them and put the skull above their head. Incredibly useful when you're in a party and you don't know the other guys. CTA Watch. This one is for tanks and healers, really. What it is you type /CTA-Q, and what it's going to do is it's go ahead and read through the website before really using this one. But it's going to alert you whenever call to arms is active for your role. So if I'm a tank, it's going to pop up a little message saying, hey, call to arms is going on for tanks right now. Do you want to queue up? And that's really cool. That way it just automatically lets me know when I'm really needed and when I'm going to get that bonus, the bonus goodie bag. Who Taunted. I use Who Taunted on all of my characters. because what it does is just lets me know who's taunting. So if I'm a tank and I see someone other than me has taunted, I can call them out on it. And if I'm a healer and I see so-and-so is taunting, I can call them out on it. Really useful for letting you know who's using a taunt or something like that.